What's happening, guys? Jason here, and we are back with my 1967 Chevrolet Impala. Now, there's been some updates since the last time I posted on this. I got the car, tried to bottle feed it off from a gas can and everything. I got it to start a little bit, but the fuel pump itself is shot. So went searching for a fuel pump and found one of those right here. So it's a early style fuel pump for it. And then I got a gas tank up there, which we're going to see about fabbing into this guy right here. It's the A-body tank, which is basically the same. So we'll see if I can make that work and get her at least on the road and running. Also, been all over hell and half of Texas, but I found myself a decent trunk lid for it. Basically everything here's got a little bit of a ding there, some basic surface rust, but this is in much better shape than the trunk lid that I've got. So that was a huge concern of mine that is now alleviated. So the rest of this is pretty much just sheet metal. So yeah, today basically we're going to focus on getting this car to run and get it to run on its own power. So we're going to be taking the old gas tank out and taking the old fuel pump out and dropping the new ones in and see if she will run on her own power. Alrighty, so underneath the car here, we are set up. It's going to be 9/16 bolts, incredibly rusty and crusty. I already got them soaking with WD-40. The tank itself doesn't really look bad. So I get it out of there and take a look-see at it. A bunch of stuff under here is going to have to be rust converted and preferably pour 15, but the actual underneath of this car is not as bad as I thought it'd be. Back over here we got our fuel lines. Looks like it's a maybe a returnless, but well, I don't know, return or returnless. It looks like the fuel system hasn't been functional in quite some time on this car. So that's going to be fun. We're going to have to pop that off, pop off our ground over here, and I'm sure there's a power wire coming in somewhere. I don't know how much fuel is actually still in this tank. I know it smells like deck stain, and that ain't good. Got our old school air shocks, which are completely non-functional and will have to be replaced. One interesting thing is it's a 4-link with a panhard bar, which is not something I'm used to seeing from cars of this era. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get this gas tank pulled and deal with all of this. So I'm going to have to pop off these lines over here and that ground and find where the power wire comes in for the fuel sender and drop it out. And I just pray that it doesn't have a whole lot of gas in it, because I don't really want to drop it on my dome. So anyway, face shield is on because this is a rusty car and I don't want rust in my eyeball. Well, this is interesting because first off, there's no build sheet on top of the tank, which there should be. And second off, it looks new, or newer than a car. So this tank might not be that bad. I'm going to see about sliding it out and taking a peek down inside of it where the sender is. But this thing might be savable. Now, experts will tell you to take a brass punch or something to this thing over here, so there's no chance of making sparks, and to never, ever take a screwdriver and a hammer to knock this ring off. So I'm just going to take a screwdriver and hammer and knock this ring off. Let's see what we got. Oh, that ain't good. That is so not good. Holy mother of crap. I don't think I've ever seen a fuel cylinder that rusty. I think I'm going to be getting that 8-body tank down off the top. Wow. Whew. Yeah. If only there was a smell-o-vision, because that's bad. That's real bad. The entire tank is just completely rusted out inside. It's probably original to the car. I've never seen one that bad. So yeah, I think we're going to be grabbing our 8-body tank and see if I can make it work. Otherwise, we're going to be ordering a new one. So, yeah. Okay, so there's absolutely no hope of the 8-body gas tank fitting the B body. It's just completely different shape, depth, everything. That one is probably a 15-gallon tank. This is probably a 25-gallon tank. I do have a C-body gas tank out of the old Buick, but I don't know if it's any better than this one. I'm probably not even going to bother, so I'm going to go on the hunt for a gas tank. Good news is I should be able to find it, and should be able to find it fairly cheap. And the other problem is we cannot put the gas tank back in because we got portholes into the trunk. And I don't really like the idea of welding around a gas tank. So, yeah, the odds of it running on its own power today are slim to none, because I got to fix this and a couple back there. But overall, the trunk pan is not in bad shape. Not really. So, yeah, gonna have to do that. But in the meantime, what I can do is change the fuel pump. So yeah, we're gonna have to take that guy off, but first thing I'm gonna do is blow out the lines here. I'm gonna get some carburetor cleaner and some air pressure and fill up that line and see about spraying it out. Alright, blown it through a couple of times, and if you come back here, you can see all the trash that got blown out back here. It's all over my speaker. So, a whole bunch of yuck got blown out, so getting pushed through. So now that's done, I'm seeing pink elephants because the fumes in here are awful. But next we're going to come up here and start looking at changing out that fuel pump. So yeah, this will be fun. Anyway, our fuel pump's down here hiding, and it's going to be a couple 9/16 bolts to get it out. Now, if that guy's out, I can see that somebody has played modifications in here, and I see the fuel pump push rod arm, which I've never had to deal with before because Buicks don't use these. So the adapter plate's going to have to come off too. What the hell is that? Oh, cap. Okay, adapter plate's got to come off too. Looks like 3/8. And the adapter plate appears to be finger tight. It is. Pretty sure that ain't supposed to be like that, and it was actually a 7/16. Yep, completely finger tight. Suppose we can check it out, make sure it's in good shape. Appears to be. Yeah, I see where all the oil leak has come from because that adapter plate was finger tight and the gasket was shot. So, that's less than good. Alright, so I got everything cleaned up here. Everything looks to be in good shape. It says to use grease in the pocket down there and on the rocker arm pad just to lubricate everything. So, grease I shall. I think that's set up where it needs to be. Or not. In my rear. I don't know why this stupid thing is got this flange. It has to have the flange. I don't know why they couldn't just machine the block right. But okay. So we get the bolts into the flange first and then tighten everything down. Makes sense? Yeah, it doesn't to me either. Oh, it is one of them days where I'm just losing everything. Where did the bolts go? Had them. Oh, they're in it. Duh. Yeah, it's under the push rod. Over the hill at Grandma's house. Oh, come on. Yeah, guys, this is annoying. I ain't gonna lie. Bolts are like a fraction too short. Got no room to work. Yeah, this is not a pain in the ass at all. It's like Buick was designed by mechanics and Chevrolet was designed by engineers. That's how this shit goes. Yeah, I hear this crap all the time out of Chevrolet guys. Oh yeah, the fuel pump's on the side of the block. It's so easy to change. You EFI guys, you gotta pull the tank. Yeah, I could already have the tank out and the fuel pump changed. And the time it takes me to fight this dumbass shit. And then stupidity, just like that, it works. Well, that was an absolute colossal pain in my ass, but it's done. Fuel pump is on, and alright, so we got ourselves a sunk float on the carburetor, and we're gonna go ahead and take this guy apart. But seeing as how I've never taken apart a Edelbrock carb, we're gonna film this process. Okay. Well, what do we got? We got leaves down in the carburetor. That's good. Bunch of junk in the fuel bowls. That ain't good. Floats and everything appear to be in really bad shape. Needle is definitely stuck. Okay. Alright, should be a tabletop rebuild complete, which it reminds me a lot of a Quadrajet, which is nowhere near as much of a pain. Right up until I dropped a tiny little clip. Oh, I never thought I'd see that guy again. Okay. Now we're going to bring the thunder and pray this thing doesn't puke everywhere like it did last time. If it does, I got a hole in one of its floats. Ah, you son of a... Well, definitely got fuel to the bowl now. It's not puking everywhere, so that's good. It's alive! A little foggy out there, boys, and it is absolutely pig rich, I believe. Whew! I believe the jets are too damn big. Because I was looking at those things and they look huge for that car. It was just blowing black smoke out of the tailpipe, which tells me that it is way, way, way unhappy. I need to look up and see exactly how big the jets are going to be. That or I'm just going to take my 650 off the shelf that was on the GS here and plop it on, because that looks more like it's meant for a big block. But the more concerning thing there is I had no transmission at all, so I need to check the fluid in that. I think he said it's got a pretty good leak, so that may be the problem. That's why I went ahead and shut her down. But she does run minimal leakage. The motor sounds great. I mean, aside from the fact that I just mosquito fogged everything, it's not bad at all. So yeah, I mean, the first step to making her run and drive and be alive again is done. Took me a lot longer than I expected it to, but yeah, we're there. So as always, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you enjoy these videos and you want to see more and baby runs.